Hello, this is Greg Allison with Green Griggs coming to you with news of the breaking outbreak in Iran. Guys, the drone strike was a huge success according to some sources. Not only that, it has instigated Russia to make veiled threats to the United States and Israel. So, and some are saying, some think it's not proven, and nobody has claimed responsibility for these attacks, but some think it is the actions of Mossad, and that's been claimed by various sources and reported in U.S. media as such. I make no such pretenses, no such claims, because also the Ukrainians seem to take great interest in these strikes because of the drones that were coming from Iran and being used upon them. And so there are other potential actors and players that could be involved in these events. It is a multidimensional, multinational event, as it turns out, with all the players involved. So let's get into it, and let me just kind of tell you about it. I'm going to take it from the top. We're going to start from the news from the attacks themselves, and discovery that they were far more successful than the Iranians claimed, which those of us that watched the video, we already knew this. If you watched the live feed I did the other day and you saw the damage done there, it wasn't at all what the Iranians claimed. They said, oh, it's just a few, just a little damage to the roof, and we defeated them, and it was no big deal. We defeated these things, blah, blah, blah. And several other YouTubers after that reported that, and I done deal. Oh, no. They didn't, and they also claim, well, these other fires, they weren't part of it. Oh, really? Okay, well, let's hear it. I mean, if anybody watched the live feeds and saw what was going on, you go, okay. Yeah, I think there's more to it than that. I am going to update my screen here and watch you guys in live chat here. And sorry, I thought I was recording. I almost started to try to restart this when I started it. Forgot I went live. All right. The drone attack, according to Islamic Republic, was unsuccessful and just damaged the roof, as I said, right? But according to a combination of Western intelligence sources and international sources, the drone attack on the facility in Iran at Isfahan, if I'm saying it somewhat close to correctly, contrary to the Iranian claims, was a huge success. This information was first revealed on Sunday morning by the Jerusalem Post. They may have a little prejudice in this, but hey, a few hours later, the Wall Street Journal published a similar article claiming that the attack was the work of Israel and the Mossad, citing U.S. officials. And others have even blamed the U.S. for being more directly involved. But anyway, we know there was up to 8 explosions, but 4 significant explosions occurred at a military industrial factory against a facility creating cutting-edge weapon systems, as it was recorded in social media, much of which you saw on my channel. The little roof damage that the Islamic Republic asserted earlier Sunday morning, and wrongly asserted in other incidents, pales in comparisons to the devastation. And if you watched my video, you saw fires and people carrying buckets and bucket brigades and all kind of stuff. So the explosions occurred amid tensions with the West over Tehran's nuclear activity and the provision of weapons for Russia's war on Ukraine, as well as domestic anti-government protest. There was no immediate claim of responsibility, as I mentioned earlier. Like I said, there's a lot going on. There's this whole thing of the protest internally. I said it could be internal. There's a lot of internal strife. We talked about that while these things were going on. But, we didn't go too far into speculation on who it might have been. There are so many different possibilities. But, I'm reporting to you what others are claiming. It's not, I'm saying it's this. I'm not saying it's that. I'm just bringing to you claims put out there. And it's important because it's that perception. It's perception of Iran, perception of now other partners, Russia, because Russia's getting armaments from Iran. So there's a lot of dimensions to this. We'll kick it around in a minute, a little bit more on that. So anyway, Iran's response was consistent with responses to comparable events that's happened in the past there. Of course, as y'all might remember, I talked about this, I think a year or two ago, where there was a whole summer of like a day or two, 20-something explosions in Iran. Anyway, according to the Iranians, The cowardly strike was meant to sow insecurity within Iran. That's what their foreign minister said. The explosion only resulted in minimum damages and no injuries. Minimum damages, right? Independent confirmation of the damages story was not quite possible, though, unfortunately. But, we saw it appeared to be a bit more than what they claimed. So even though Iran pretended that the strikes had been successful, hours after the announcement, Iran stepped up its threats against Israel. Oh, yeah. Iran is keeping quiet, but Israel is keeping quiet, but the majority of the Western intelligence agencies and the Iranian sources have credited Mossad with similar successful attacks against Iran's nuclear facility in July of 2020, in April 2021, and June of 2021, and Karajal, as well as the destroying of 120 or more Iranian drones in February of 22. So there have been a lot, like I said, there's been other strikes, other things happen. The advanced and surgical strike capabilities demonstrated in the operation are thought to be held by just a small number of organizations worldwide, including Mossad. And of course, that Iran has been so quiet, Israel has been so quiet. Sometimes the quiet one is the one of danger. I don't know, guys. It could have been, there could have been Ukrainian sources in play here. Absolutely, because Iran is making drones that are being used against Ukraine right now. So, and that would incite Russia's ire, as we're about to hear in a little bit here. So there were many drones engaged in the attacks, carrying out a lot of explosives, and they hit their targets very precisely, according to sources. In each of these events, Tehran attempted to initially act as though the assaults had failed, and had later admitted the full magnitude of the damage after satellite images and other proof outstripped their claims. So yeah, it's coming up, guys. Hey, let's go careful tonight on people in the chat room. We're going to talk a little bit. Don't, go careful on. Don't be kid gloves tonight. Don't be just banning people unless they're, if they're cursing, if they're being overt, yeah. But be careful tonight, okay? We're chatting a little bit. We got 96 room. I appreciate that. Anyway, okay, let's get back to it. So, guys, it's still unknown if the advanced weapons that were damaged were solely employed in conventional warfare, or if they might have been used in nuclear warfare development, such as explosives that could be used for both conventional and nuclear bombs, or to use for ballistic missiles. There's fuses involved in the nuclear devices, and there's detonations that occur inside it, jam things together that cause a chain reaction. So there's a lot of pieces to these things. Isfahan, that's ISFAHAN. Isfahan. I hope I'm getting that right. I need to talk to some Persians, I guess, here. I know some Persian people, so I just need to talk to some, make sure I get all these pronunciations correct, but I'm trying, guys. Anyway, Isfahan had occasionally been utilized for both nuclear and non-nuclear military purposes. So that's why, even though this was not one of the nuclear production facilities per se, it may be a cog in the wheel. It's possible. We expected it for Iran. This was not the full-blown Iranian attack, Israeli attack on that we expect eventually may occur on Iranian nuclear facilities. That may be yet to come. And so entirely what the purpose of these attacks are is not yet known, okay? And that's why some of it didn't add up completely, but let's go on here anyway. So, but hey, even at one time, Iran informed the IAEA, that's the International Atomic Energy Association, guys, that some nuclear operations previously taken place at the Karjal nuclear complex through June 21 had been relocated to Isfahan. So there you go. So there are potential that some nuclear operations, pieces, their development are taking place there. And because they're expecting things to get targeted, of course, they're going to spread things around for whatever it is or isn't worth. I'm not making a value judgment on this, guys. I'm just telling you what's been reported. And the reason I'm reporting this to you is because all this is ratcheting the tensions further toward a bigger war, which can pull us in. I mean, we're not talking about just a war between Russia and Ukraine, or this or that, or Russia versus NATO. This could be a piece of it, because we already had tensions between Israel and Iran. But now that Iran is the supplier for Russia, and Russia's back in Iran, and Russia helped develop the nuclear facilities in Iran. You see, here's the other piece that's complex about this, and it is that Israel's always been kind of friendly with Russia, because Russians helped liberate a lot of the Jews after the Holocaust there from the prison camps in Germany. And so they kind of had a special relation with each other. And so Israel was trying to get along with Russia, but yet siding for most parts with the West. But now that Russia is working with Iran, and Iran seems to be a better deal for Russia than Israel, that alliance may be cracking up. It's kind of like India. India is real thick with Russia, but they hate China. But Russia and China are together. You see what a twisted world we live in? You see what a twisted world we live in? We had previously been in thick with Pakistan because India was kind of snuggled up to Russia so much. But now we're switching that alliance. We're getting more aligned with India, because India stands against China, and China was deemed to be our bigger foe. And Pakistan seems to be kind of breaking up. Unfortunately, I got news saying their neighbors, the Afghans, we've let be armed very nicely, so they might just go in and take what they want if we're not careful. So we've created a very dangerous situation with allowing the Taliban to become as armed as they did in more ways than that. We'll talk about that more in the future. But anyway, according to the Wall Street Journal, excuse me, according to the Wall Street Journal, there's an Iranian aerospace plant nearby that may have been a dual use for components with nuclear weapons and space launches that are used to re-enter the atmosphere, which is what a warhead would do. If you want to bring a warhead, to attack a country with an intercontinental ballistic missile or a long-range ballistic missile, that's what you would want. Anyway, so speculation forced on whether the attack was intended to hamper Iran's sophisticated drone program or brand new initiatives such as the creation of hypersonic missiles with Russian assistance is out in the air. We don't know, but many experts agree that hypersonic missiles might defeat all of Israel's air defenses due to the rapid flight and their highly developed agility. So there's concern now. Suddenly Iran may be involved in hypersonic missiles, and Iran would have an edge on something here that Israel wouldn't have, which would totally thwart Israel's ability to deny Iran of having nuclear devices unless Israel moves fast. You see where this is going? This is all escalating to the point of a hair trigger. Suddenly Israel's going, oh, Iran may have hypersonic missiles that would totally defeat us and deny us the ability to hit them. So if we're going to hit them, we got to hit them now. Get them while the getting's good. And besides that, it's already said in some circles that Iran has enough nuclear material already to produce several devices, according to some sources. I'm not saying it is or isn't. I'm saying it's good or isn't good. I'm not saying any of that. What I am bringing to you, don't get caught up in the nuts and bolts of my message. The real message is we're in a S-storm, and we're liable to get dragged into it. That is the message of all this. It's don't, I get so many people jumping on me. Oh, Greg, it's this, it's that. I don't even care. I'm not into these little bitty pieces. I'm bringing this to you as part of a bigger picture that we got to get ready. Oh, man, that's what people do all the time. They pick on these little things. Ding, 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 ding. Oh, well, you're a shield because you said this. No, I don't even say that. I don't even believe that. Guys, give me a break, guys. I'm trying to tell you that we are facing a lot of danger. And it's not fear porn. I'm trying to tell you to get ready. I'm just trying to tell you that we face uncertain times. And if you don't see that, you're blind. And I get some people, well, that's just fear porn, blah, 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 blah. Well, get your head out of your rear end and take a look at the world around you. It ain't so pretty right now. And you don't need me telling you that, except I have to, because you got your head in the sand or somewhere it ought not be for a lot of people. Not most of you that's here, because I'm preaching to the choir to those of you that are here, but I'm trying to reach out to other people so that people will wake up and get prepared in case it gets worse. Now, guys, I got some faith that civilization will continue because I'm investing money in building a mushroom house and growing microgreens, which require electrical power. So I still have hope. I still pray for a better future. But, it's like you got to buy insurance, especially when you got uncertain times, and the probabilities of things going bad are higher than I would like to see by a good sight. Let me just put it that way. I don't know that they're better than 50%. If you listen to Canadian Prepper, he will tell you, he drew a diagram a couple of days ago in which he had like 4 quadrants. You know, given these outcome inputs, you might have these outcomes, you know. And he had nuclear war in all 4 quadrants. Whew. I hope he's wrong. I pray he's wrong. But guys, we are not in the prettiest situation. We have war. We have economic shattering. We got people that want the world to be totally transformed within less than 7 years. So, you know, how do they get there from here? It ain't pretty. It ain't pretty. So, yeah, we just don't know what's coming at us, guys. I'm just here to help you understand that I'm just trying to help y'all understand that we face dire times. Now, some people want to blame it on us. It don't. Look, guys, let me ask you a question. Because of the president we got or something like that, well, we're a terrible country, man. And so because of the president we had, do you think the whole nation should be judged? Should we just be nuked? Should somebody totally obliterate America? I mean, that's the kind of stuff I'm getting from some of you guys. I really do. I get, well, we're terrible, we're awful. So, yeah, blah, 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 blah. Okay, well, maybe we got leaders that are terrible. I agree with that. I absolutely agree that we have some very horrible leaders. But does that mean that we should just sit back and say, okay, wipe us all out? No, you don't believe that. So kind of watch your tongue, bite your tongue, and think through what you're saying. I'm not here to take sides, okay? The only side I'm taking is your side. Get the junk out of your ears, wipe your eyes clear of all the crap that's in them, and have a look-see around you. That's what I'm trying to do. It's that's the only thing I've ever tried to do on this channel. But I get so many people, oh, it's this, oh, it's that. I don't even care about the this and the that. Let me tell you again and again and again, I don't care about this, that, or whose fault it is. I'm here to tell you, you're on the receiving end. That's the message. And you don't want to be on the receiving end. You don't deserve to be on the receiving end. I mean, when God judged Sodom and Gomorrah, if he could have found 10 people that were decent, he wouldn't have destroyed them. He only found Lot. So what did he do? He pulled them out. See what I'm saying? Yeah, nations get judged. Cities get judged. Places get judged. But we got half of this country that don't get along with the other half. Half don't go along with whatever the other half wants. And maybe that's all wrong too. We've been divided so that we could be played. We have been divided. And each side that gets divided gets pulled further and further apart. That's what they want to do, divide and conquer. As we're fighting each other, we're not looking up and seeing who's got the puppet strings that has got us dancing against each other. That's who we need to be looking at. Who's got the puppet strings? Oh yeah, I talk about that sometimes. I got to be really careful though in here. I'm on a platform that doesn't give me freedom to say what I think entirely. And if I tell you like it is, like a lot of you just get all mad because I don't, this channel will cease to exist. I wouldn't be able to tell you anything at all. So if you want me on here telling you something, understand that. Don't get all high and mighty like some people do. Most of you don't do that. There's some of you that do. There's a few. Because you think you're morally superior to everybody except for yourself. I get that from some people. And everybody's ignorant. This is ignorant. That is ignorant. This is, well, you know what? Forget all that. Anybody that thinks that way, they go look in a mirror. I don't claim to have all the answers. I'm not even talking. That ain't my game. My game is not taking this side or that side. My game is telling you to get ready. My game is to tell you to be prepared. My game is saying, guys, you know, I'm trying to get us together as a family. I've started a Freedom Restoration Foundation to try to restore our freedoms. What other channel does that? How many channels give you the detailed roadmaps and the stuff that you find that I'm paying for out of my pocket? And then we got Wise Owl. I started a survival movement. Well, Wise Owl stood up and paid a lot of money out of her pocket to set up that website. We're trying to help people here. We are a family. We're trying to help people. But some people can't see that. They get so caught up in some little minutia of this or that or the other. They can't see them. They can't see what's in front of them because of the nose in front of their face. They can't see the forest for the trees. Anyway, I get that every time I say anything about anything. I do. There's people who jump in, and there's some people accuse them of being trolls. It's usually just people that don't know any better. They're not always trolls. There's trolls out there. Amen. There are trolls out there. But a lot of times it's just people that think they got all the answers. It's all this and it's all about that. Nothing else matters. No, it ain't about that at all. It's about surviving. It's about getting through the times ahead of us. Okay? That's what we're facing. Y'all know I stand for freedom. And I don't stand with certain things. And some of the stuff that I stand for, I'm beginning to have to migrate some of that to other channels and try to preserve this channel. I need some platform to be able to stay on here. But it's getting exceedingly difficult with all the things going on around us, guys. It's getting exceedingly difficult. I got 158 in the room. Very good. I just hope y'all, wow. I just hope y'all understand that. It's exceedingly difficult to deal with what's happening. So we got some people getting deleted here. I'll just ask y'all this. If somebody is just asking questions, don't delete them over a question. If somebody, if they're trying to have a civil discussion, don't knock them out. I'm a big guy. I'm a tough guy. I ain't a little wimp. I don't go crying because somebody calls me something. Now, if they use lewd language, knock them out. I'm tough. My skin is thick. And I don't cry and cuss on my channel. I might grit my teeth. I laugh. And I say, if you want to come after me, bring it on. Come right here. I'll give you my address. Nah. Yeah, that's me. It's like, hey, I got worms to feed. Bring it on, buddy. That's me, buddy. Anyway, all that aside. Yeah, so let's just lay it out there. We are in trying times. That's the whole point. I'm not taking sides between Russia and Ukraine and even Iran and Israel, okay? I understand there's people on all sides of that, right? That ain't my message, okay? All right, let's get back to this. Why this matters? Because irrespective of what you believe and what side you're on, we are a target. We are a target. We're talking about a potential war with Iran right now. And I told you a zillion times on this channel. Well, maybe one minus a zillion. Zillion minus one, okay? I've told you numerous times that it has been said that if there are 9 critical major long-distance power substations that would take down the entire national power grid. We're not talking lights out for a day or two. We're talking goodbye. 9 out of 10 people are going to be dead in a year. Innocent people, mamas, dads, aunts, uncles. I don't care what you think about politics. I don't care this ain't got nothing to do with left, right, Iran, Israel, Russia, blah, 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 other than who caused it, who instigates, but whatever, the effects are the same. And a lot of people don't ever hear that because they get so caught up in that little minutia or that minutia, they don't even get the message that I'm trying to put out here. I wouldn't have to repeat this so much. The head of the Iranian Revolutionary Guard was told this, and he totally dismissed it. He says, 9, I've already got 20 of these substations targeting the United States with sleeper cells. And he said that like 10 or 11 years ago. Do you think he still got 10? 20, or is it maybe 40 now? There's been a lot of people coming across our border in the South since then, and the other venues and other ways coming in this country. How many sleeper cells do they have? How many are targeting more power stations? What else has been targeted? Water supply? What else? Power is critical to everything. Everything fails to have power. All the systems, all the critical infrastructure just Yeah, if you burn those transformers up, you ain't replacing them. It ain't just like a little lightning storm. It ain't like, a lot of the things that we're used to seeing. Or it's not like they're just taking the cooling fins off of them like they did in the past, like what you've seen so far. Oh no, there's far more damaging things that can be done to them. Far more damaging, permanently damaging. That's what we don't want to see happen. Things that would cause them to fry fast, so fast that the crews can't get out to them and fix them. That's not the kind of attacks we've been seeing so far. We've not seen a single attack like that so far. But those are the kind of attacks that are very easy to do, actually. Very easy to do. Oh yeah, too easy. And the people that do this, they actually know that. So when they really get malicious, watch out. They haven't gotten malicious yet. It hasn't got that bad yet. But if they really get the ill intent, oh yeah, and there's hackers. Oh, there's lots of hackers out there. And hackers can do a lot of damage too. See, hackers they got tricks other than just, okay, we'll throw a switch and turn it off. If that's all they do, okay, fine. But if they go, oh, let's do this. Let's reroute power where this station gets overloaded and it fries, and then it cascades and that one fries and this one fries, they could actually burn the system up. Just think about the Stuxnet virus that was unleashed on the centrifuges in Iran. And the Iranians thought, oh, everything's running just fine because they were speeding up. They were speeding so fast that they were self-destructing, but all the data they saw said everything looked good. That's how good sophisticated the virus was. It destroyed all those units, and all the data was reporting everything was hunky-dory. But they physically destroyed some. They didn't shut them off. They caused them to self-destruct. Physical damage instigated by software. Oh yeah, that can happen. I'm looking at the chat now. Joanne says, everybody wants to move to America and change it. Well, the only change we need is getting back to what the founding fathers set up. That's the change we need. But a lot of people want to take us in other directions. I see where the South is projected. Oh yeah, South's going to rise again. Absolutely. Everybody's moving here. Let's just hope they don't. They leave the attitudes that destroyed the states from moving from behind and come here with the attitudes that allow growth and progress, not the ones that stifled and destroyed the states that they're forced to leave. Do they learn the lesson, or do they bring their poison with them? Just asking. For those of us that live in the states that don't want the poison, let's hope that we can educate these people. Oh no, don't you know why your place fell? Oh no. Socialism ain't no worky. Yeah, it always fails. Anyway, so let's get back. Let me finish this, guys. I want to finish telling you about this stuff. So anyway, so the possibility that the US and the CIA were engaged this time was another topic that was brought up throughout the day. So there's some people thinking the US was involved, and this plays into the threats being made by Russia and Iran. Okay, so according to experts, the US and Israel had just completed, and we know this, a week-long round of military drills centered around hitting potential targets like Iran. Launching such an attack soon after the drills may have been an attempt to send a serious message to those nations. Yeah, they hypothesized that the fact that the CIA director William Burns traveled to Israel right before the bombings is proof that Mossad and the CIA leaders had personally met to plan the strike. Was it? Since Iran gave drones to Russia during the conflict with Ukraine, the U.S. had acted more aggressively toward Iran and had grown increasingly impatient with Tehran's refusal to abide by the 2015 nuclear agreement. So actually, yeah, I'm going to talk about that some more too. But so, hey, wasn't just that. Blinken has went over there. Oh, yeah, our Secretary of State Blinken. And that's coming up what I'm about to tell you about now. Blinken went over there. So everybody was going to Iran. That kind of is a bit suspicious. It don't prove anything, okay? It doesn't actually prove anything. So a lot of people are going to say, oh, yeah, it was this because of that. No, you can't say that, but it's suggestive. you can think, well, maybe this is plausible. So, listen, scientific method is you got to prove something. You can have a hypothesis, but a hypothesis has got to be proven rigorously before you can call it a theory. Some people think anything you think is a theory. No, it ain't. It's an hypothesis. A theory goes through a vast vetting process and can be shot down. Well, all it takes is one factoid that dismisses it and it's gone. Poof, supposedly. Anyway, veiled threats from Russia to Israel and the U.S. over the explosions at this plant have been sent out. As mentioned, I just said the U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken visited Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu today, Monday. Oh, yeah. And Russia appeared to convey this veiled warning against both nations. And it did this by condemning the attack on the Iranian weapons depot. So, isn't that kind of interesting how, he must have already been on his way. It must have been planned before this attack set, or maybe he just got on, had an express trip over there. But guys, that's interesting that Blinken wound up meeting with Netanyahu. And we know Netanyahu wants to hit Iran. He's been wanting that so bad for some long time. So maybe that's coming. If it does come, that's what I'm telling you. You got to worry about how it's going to affect us back here. It's not all just over there. And like I said, whoever you think the blame is, it ain't gonna matter when your lights go out and don't come back on. When it hits the fan here, it's hit the fan. And all you need to know is what you need to do next to survive. That's why I bring you guys this stuff. I hope it don't happen. Andrew, wigglers. Yeah, y'all need some wigglers. Go to greengregs.com. Whew. Anyway, guys. So, according to Brigadier General Patrick Ryder, spokesperson for the Pentagon, no U.S. personnel were engaged in the incident that occurred on the weekend, and it's fine. I'm laughing just at my crudeness at attempting the pronunciation, not the event, okay, guys? So, oh, you got such a maniacal laugh. No, I'm laughing at myself, okay? As customary in such attacks, Israel has neither confirmed nor denied its involvement, like I said earlier. That makes you wonder right there. Neither confirmed nor denied. That's always the one of the suspicious elements, right? Anyway, however, Israel was allegedly responsible for the attack, according to Wall Street Journal and the New York Times. I said allegedly, according to, not I said that, okay? Don't put words in my mouth. It may have done it, but I'm not saying, okay? I'm just telling you what's alleged. I've said that before. So the facility may have been involved in Iran's nuclear program or the manufacture of some kind of missiles or drones that could have been sent to Moscow, like we said earlier. So according to a statement released by Russia's foreign minister on Monday, that's Lavrov, right? As reported in the TASS news agency, we strongly condemn any provocative efforts that have the potential to incite an uncontrolled escalation of tensions in a region that's far from being peaceful as it is. Okay, that makes a little bit of sense. Yeah, but but he added to that much. So, the Middle East peace and stability could suffer as a result of damaging activities. They warn the audacious rage planners, their supporters, and those that are gloating over the situation and clinging to the hopeless notion that Iran would be undermined must understand that. Now, this is coming from Russia, guys. So pundits have assumed that Israel and the organizers and that the Biden administration were the backers of this, according to the Russian foreign minister's statement. Blinken and Netanyahu do seek to work together to combat what's going on in Iran, because Blinken and Netanyahu were working together while they were there to improve their anti-Iranian coordination while in Jerusalem. The White House had acknowledged that that the 2015 Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, the JACPA, or however you want to say that, that's that agreement that Biden was pushing for, that they finally gave up on, also known as the Iranian nuclear deal, can no longer be relied on to stop Tehran from developing nuclear weapons. You think we will? That's why Trump pulled out of it in the first place. as it was already apparently obvious to him back then. Biden somehow got in his head that they could put it back together, and there was no chance of it. And all he did was really tick Saudi Arabia off. And now Saudi Arabia has decided, well, we're not going to live with this deal to support the U.S. dollar. We're going to deal directly with China. So Biden really made a mess, made a mess out of it. So, which he seems to be really good at making a mess out of things. But anyway, so that's kind of where we're at. So, yeah. Anyway, there's other articles I could show y'all, but you know, I don't know if I want. Let's just chat a little bit here. There's a lot of stuff going on here. This is a multidimensional thing. This can escalate. That's the point. This can escalate. I mean, Israel is poised to try to attack Iran. They're just looking for some excuse. Apparently, we're beginning to back them in this. There's been a proxy war between Israel and Iran, and the United States and Iran too, quite frankly. There have been some ships that have been hit and some things that's been going on for the last couple of years. I have reported this several times. I've reported these things several times, and I talked about the potential war because it didn't immediately happen. I get all kind of people saying, "Oh, Greg, blah, 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 blah." Well, just hold your horses. It ain't over yet. The fat lady hadn't got up on the stage and cleared her throat yet. To sing, you know, the final act of the opera, you know, that's the joke, supposedly, but I've seen it actually play out like that. I need a CB, says Randy. Okay. So, once again, what's this all about? Why am I bringing you this news? I'm not here to lay blame on anyone. I tell you, the purpose of my channel, listen to me when I tell you this. The purpose of this channel is to help you survive, thrive, stay out of the hive. Survive. We got a bunch of crap coming at us. Now, one way to survive is to prevent, you know, an ounce of prevention. That's why we got the Freedom Restoration Foundation. And then if it hits the fan, then you need the communities. That's why we've got survivaltribenetwork.com. I pay for the restoration website. Wiseowl paid for survivalnetwork.com. So bear that in mind. We're trying to help survive. The thrive, well, just look at my videos on gardening and things that you can do. And I like to get more and more into that. I'm hopeful that this stuff don't hit. That somehow we can make a beautiful, wonderful life and live a bright future. But we got to survive first. And then if it does hit the fan, we dust, you know, we dust off the whatever's hit us, stand up, build a better world. That's thriving again. But also we got to stay out of the hive. Our good friend of the House of Klaus. Oh yeah, he's got other plans for us. And they rhyme a whole lot with the stuff the CCP is doing over and Cheney, if you know what I mean. Oh yeah, rhymes a whole lot with, you know, Bill Gates. Oh my God, he's been just drilling over China lately. He just came out again defending his position on that. And we know the House of Klaus. Oh yeah, what did he talk about when he was in Indonesia? How China was setting the example, how we should all live. Oh yeah, never mind that they attacked the Uyghurs, that they're being genocided. Never mind they use slave labor. Never mind that with the Uyghurs or in their sponsorship of the mines or the little kids working in the Congo to dig out those rare earth minerals for the elite in the United States to drive their little electric cars around because we're so much better and smarter than everybody else. Never mind that we got slave labor, little bitty kids sweating and dying in Africa to build this stuff because we're so much superior to everybody because we drive just these electric cars. Woo, what hypocrisy. I know that's going to make a lot of people fuming mad right now that I said that. Oh my God, I might get banned over that. You can't say anything on anything you talk about. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I always wondered. Thank you. Thank you, Mind's Eye. I hope I survive. Well, I hope so, Granny. That's what we're here for. That's why we're here. We pray for each other because we're family. That's part of it, guys. That is part of it. And so we're going to come back to perspective here. You know, so I came here, Sergeant Sly Dog. How you doing? I like that name, Sergeant Sly Dog. That's a good one. I wish I got 205 in the room. No more banning, doing them. Cool. Hey, Mr. Wiggles. C103, for those asking what you need to do, go camping in your backyard. There you go, tomorrow night, and see what it takes. Bingo. That's a good one. That's a good one, C103. Man, if you ain't never been camping, wow. Camping is not going and staying in a travel trailer. Camping is not being in an RV. Camping is not even going to a campground where there's tents everywhere. In a tent city, that's not camping, that's bivouac. That's bivouac. Camping is you put it on your backpack and you go boom out in the woods and you put in a camp somewhere all by your lonesome. That's the only way to enjoy it. But, you know, shy of that, your backyard's a good place to start. In fact, you should always start in your backyard. Jesus, Las Vegas, we're all winners. There you go. You know what? You know what's the probability? Think of how many bugs there are in the world. Now I'm going to give you a good one. Just think of how many ants and insects and all kinds of little bugs there are on the planet. Zillions. Think of how many dogs and rats and cats. Just rats. Just think of how many rats there are on the planet. Think how many ants and rats. Just think about ants and rats. Of all those billions and billions and billions of critters that are ants and rats, you are a human being. You won the lottery. The chances of probabilistic of being a human being are much smaller than you winning the biggest jackpot that ever was. You could have been an amoeba in the water. You're a human being. You got a brain. You got 100 billion brain cells. And most people waste it. 100 billion brain cells and born with the most sophisticated computer in the universe. And most people just sit around and play video games. Watch TV. Get programmed by the puppet masters. So you can be controlled. Oh, what do you got me doing? Oh, yeah. I'm being dramatic. Some people don't like it. Well, tough nuggies, man. Oh, yeah, I had one guy. Oh, I can't watch anymore because you get on there, when you say eyes wide open, head on a swivel, you do this. It's to show people, dude. You know, if you can't handle that, if that offends you, get the heck out of Dodge. Don't come back. Don't even let the door hit you on the way out. Come on, guys. Get a life. You got to have a little fun. But sometimes the best way to communicate is by being dramatic. And that's what I am here. I'm communicating. Now, there are channels. There are a lot of channels, prepping channels, where a guy gets on there. He's just like this to the whole video. Bye, 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 bye. They put out some good information. Yeah. I give them credit. I mean, if you ain't watching nothing else, you ought to watch it. I can't watch that for long. It's like, my head explodes. I got to turn it off at some point. I can't handle that. That's all a lot of people want to see. Because you ain't serious if you're not doing that. I'm dead serious. A lot of people don't understand. That's your herbivore people. They're the herbivore. They're the prey. Because in life, in nature, the most serious animals are the herbivores, the prey. The most playful animals are the predators. Oh, yeah. If you're playful, if you laugh, you might be the predator, laughing hyenas. Look at the lions, the cubs. Oh, yeah. Don't mistake being playful with and having a little fun with being weak. Oh, no. Because you're coming from strength when you're playful. It means you're not so worried about everything. Some people say I'm fear point. If I'm fear point, why am I laughing? I'm not as worried about it because I know I've taken care of myself. I do everything I can do. It may not be everything, and somebody might bust through my wall going bang, 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 and I might be gone in a second. That's true. But I've done everything I can do. Beyond that, why worry it? Why sweat it? Do what you can do. Get your family ready. But first must be right with your maker. Then you can face whatever comes. And if it's a situation where you can't exist anymore, well, you've done all you can do. Be right with your family. Be true to yourself. Don't just delude yourself. So many people delude themselves. Oh, well, I'm all this. You know, don't go there. Just be honest with yourself. If you can't be honest with anybody else, be honest with yourself. Go look in the mirror and do some deep self-examination. But be centered. And don't be scared. Be prepared. See, that's the key thing about being prepared. Once you're prepared, you can have a little more fun. You can laugh things off a little bit. Humor is, you need humor in life. Without humor, you go crazy. With all this stuff happening in the world that you will lose your mind if you can't have a little humor. Well, I've had people in chat and comments on some of my videos just, oh, they get all mad at me because I'll be laughing, or they get all mad at me because, you know, I'll be, you know, cutting up a little bit. Oh, pardon the heck out of me. If you can't handle that, then goodbye. Go look in the mirror and ask yourself what your problem is. Why is that an issue with you? If you think I'm not serious, you need to come see me. I work my rear end off day and night to do my day job, to try to develop my farm, and I spend way too many hours really doing this stuff. This takes a lot of my time away that I need to be spending on other stuff very seriously. Spending on other stuff like my taxes, I'm 3 years behind. I got a ton of things I'm hurting on, but I think it's important to bring the message out to you guys. And that's what I do. Why is somebody calling me at 1:27 in the morning? If you're calling me, hang it up. I'm not going to answer the phone. My phone don't ring, and if it did, that would be an affront to the channel. So, and don't hang up where it's going to leave a beep, beep, beep and disturb my video. I don't know what it is. I'm going to pick it up and hang it up right now. That is rude. I'm live on TV. Do not call me when I'm live on TV before y'all. Somebody who's doing that, that's rude. I don't know. It may be something else. It's a private number. Don't do that. You can wait. So
let me call again. You're not picking up.
What the heck? Picked it up and hung up, and it didn't hang up. That's aggravating. Now my phone's probably going to beep, 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 beep. Yeah, see, that's what I didn't want. That disturbs my video right here. And they're calling again. That makes me mad. You want me to answer? No, I'm not going to answer. If you want to call me and you're listening to this, wait till we get done. I am not going to entertain whatever you're saying. You're infuriating me. Cut it out. Stop. It's rude to interrupt a video in progress. That is extremely rude. Never's doing this, doing it on purpose. And you're listening to me, so cut it out. You want to call me after, not while I'm live. We're going to go off in just a minute. So,
yeah, it's Mr. Wiggles. I'm not interrupting a video in progress. I'm trying to talk to you while you're live. Tell you what's going on.
Mr. Wiggles, no. I will talk to you later if you want to talk. Not now. Now, look, you got all this going on. I don't need somebody to tell me what's going on. That's what everybody wants to do. We'll talk after. Is there somebody in here that knows some background on this? Chat. Did y'all ban him? Was there something like that going on? Did he get banned? This is not a live call-in show. I'm going to do a live call-in show one day. I want to do that. But what the heck is that? That's rude. I don't need somebody calling me, tell me what's going on. Everybody wants to tell you what's going on. I got the answers. It's my show. Okay, Mr. Wiggle, just hang on. Hang on. Don't do that. I don't let people knock on my door when I'm here. I put a sign out saying, do not disturb. I got people work for me out here. Some of them work late at night. I put a sign on my door, do not disturb. And if they know that they are in serious trouble if they knock on my door. Anyway. All right, guys. So here's the deal. We're here to be a family. We're here to get through these things. Again, this is not about who did what. It's about what it's going to take for us to get through it. Now, if you want to get into the who did what, it might help when it goes to, if you're going to call go to the Freedom Restoration Foundation Action Center and call your Congress critters to try to stop bad stuff or to try to help enable a good law or a piece of legislation. Oh yeah, that counts. But keep it there. And I'm trying to keep the politics out of the Green Greg's channel now. If we want to talk politics, I'm trying to move that more over to the Swivelhead News channel. Mr. Wiggles, all right, I just see what you say there. Don't use that kind of language here. You're this close to being hidden from the channel. Don't nobody else do it, though. Don't y'all do it. If it's going to be done, I'm going to do it. Because there's a lot of people attack people that don't need it. You can time him out. You can hide his stuff, especially if he uses language like that. We don't use that language in my channel. Okay? He is apologizing. Okay. Yeah, look, I'm willing to work with anybody. I'm willing to have any debate. But why does that got to happen right now? What is that all about? So, hitting the hay. Okay, yeah, it's late. We're about to go. If somebody don't like me, they're free to come put it in my face right here. You can come see me right here. You got my address. You got my phone number. Bring it. I ain't scared of no one. I'm too stupid to be scared of anybody. So bear that in mind. Bear that in mind. I'm thick-skinned and I'm made of iron. All right, guys. So listen, again, this is all about you being ready for what's coming. This is all about trying to get through it. That's what this is about. That's why I bring you this stuff. Now, yeah, we're family here. I'm going to fly in I'm going to fly in North Korea while Greg is done. What? You're going to fly in North Korea? What is going on, Lee? Fly in North Korea? I know you're pulling my leg, Lee. What is that all about? Come on, fly in North Korea. Lee, we may have to talk. You got my curiosity up. What is cooking, Lee? What is cooking? All right, Lee, tell me what is cooking. Yeah, that's right, Scratch. No profanity here. We do not allow profanity on this channel. It's a worm calling, says Don. All right, come on, where don't eat beans. Lee, you're going to do it on the two. What are you going to do, Lee? I found out where North Korea is moving weapons into Russia. Oh, that doesn't surprise me. What did Little Kim's sister said? She says, we stand in the trench with Russia. Oh yeah, she did. She said that. And that woman, she makes her brother look like a Sunday school picnicker, a Sunday school teacher. That woman scared. She looks like death herself. I mean, she's simulator. What's a simulator? Broken fish. Do the worms have nugs too? Oh, my worms have teeth. I actually got gizzards. I am their nugs. Yeah, the worms have nugs. They hired me. I'm their hired nug. Because they got to eat. When the times get tough, they got to eat, okay? NK to Russian. No, that don't surprise me, plain reality. That don't surprise me. John Long went on Mr. Hilbarger's channel before this. He can't even, what? Yeah, she is scary. That woman is. She scares the Jesus out of me. Flight simulator uses real world imagery. Yeah, okay. So yeah, what Lee, the stuff Lee is showing is data. He shows real-time data, what's going down. He shows data there. Lee, you got me curious now. Anyway, guys, it's 1:30. I've still got to go on my microgreens trailer and water microgreens. And Mr. Wiggles, sorry, I was not trying to step on toes. I'm always aware. It's not a call-in show. I work for Alphabet, so I have all your info. You work for Alphabet. Oh, well, I don't doubt somebody's got all my info. Okay, Mr. Wiggles, I tell you what, call me as soon as we end the video. Call me as soon as we end. I'll talk. I just don't want to do it in the middle of the show. And if you got that kind of info and that don't need to be on the air, I'd get banned if we talked about it. Think about it. YouTube has algorithms in place to protect Greg St. We don't need to bring out discussions here that's going to cause my channel to get shut down. Never mentions Israel. Who don't mention Israel? I did earlier, James. But I'm not sure you do, Mr. Yeah. A lot of people make a lot of claims. A lot of people make a lot of claims. Has a video up, says he works for Google on his channel. Oh, well. Guys, I'll tell y'all something. I did a video on ChatGPT. And I told y'all that they're saying that singularity is coming within 7 years. Let me tell you something. ChatGPT is already outdated. It's just rolling out, and it's already outdated. Even though it's got lots of bells and whistles coming out with it, it's far behind what Google has. Google's got Lambda, the program y'all heard about that the guy who was the expert in working these systems was fooled by. He thought it was sentient. Lambda's not even the most sophisticated system. Oh no. Oh, they got some stuff far more powerful, and they may roll some of it out, but you know, whatever. So, what's the Steve saying? Steve, who's Steve? Steve Hall, turns out Israel. We don't know, Steve. That is the allegations that's been put out by news outlets, certain news outlets. It could have been Ukrainian sources because of the drones being produced there. It could have been other, but there's other potentials. There are other players that could have played into it. There's allegations going around, but allegations do not make a proof. Again, I'm not even here to point fingers. I'm just talking about you, Wiggles. You're talking about you. I'm not here to point fingers at who did what. That's not the object. Again, let me reiterate, the object here is to tell you to be ready, because no matter what happens, it can go down right here. And all you're blaming this guy or that guy, when your lights go out, it ain't going to matter anymore. Not to you. What's going to matter to you at that point is you surviving, you and your family. So get ready. Get ready. Hey, Sasquatch and Lambda is old tech nowadays. That's right. That's like I said, they got stuff bigger than Lambda. They got some big stuff and they're just not pulling it out yet. Could have been U.S. without Israel. Oh, yeah. That's right, Lee. And that's part of what's been said. And Russia accused U.S. Were they right? Don't know. Don't know. Snow Raven, thank you for a great show tonight. Heard about you from Diamond. He lives close to my homestead. Well, that's cool. That's cool, Snow Raven. Thank you for joining us. Prep and pray. Amen, Troy. That's what we do here. I saw a Pentagon brief that said, the Pentagon brief said that, Michael White. I've been looking through a lot of sources. I have not seen an admission anywhere. I've seen denials and possibilities. So it's easy to overinterpret. Now, if you've got it where they said it, then you tell us where we can find the link to it. Anyway, Captain Trips, I appreciate it. Arnold, please don't make assumptions. There you go. It's okay to speculate as long as you say it's a speculation. Don't say it's a fact when you don't know. Because we don't know. We don't know. But again, you're in here, you're focused on the nuts and the bolts. I'm telling you, there's a big picture coming. And if you're not ready for that, you're focused on the nuts and bolts. Means while you're bent over, look at that, you're going to get plowed over. You're going to get hit in the rear end by the snowplow. When you're bending over, looking at that snowflake, that snowplow is going to plow you in the rear end, and you're going to be. That's what's coming. Four Corners report. I agree that you have to focus on where we are and what we have to work on, family and being able to survive. That is my point. The drama is not going to get us anywhere. Amen. That's what I'm trying to say. That is a point. So, you know, I get tired of people jumping in. Oh, Greg, you said, people think I say stuff I don't say all the time. And people think I'm on this side and the other side say I'm on that side. No, you all got it wrong. And I'm not even about either side. That is not what I'm about here. I'm about you. I'm about you getting ready. I'm about you being ready for what's coming. That's what I'm about. And I've said that a zillion times. And I give this other stuff as background so you understand the times we live in. Because a lot of people are dismissive of all this stuff, very dismissive. Lee, not sure if I want to be Diamond's favorite person. Oh. All right, what are we saying? Right. Logic is important. Certain opposing parties are clear in this conflict at the point logic. Okay. Also bear in mind, it's a lot of propaganda and we're all being played for the most part. And a lot of divide and conquer in this world. We're all human beings. Don't forget that. What's that, Lee? Joking, considering his recent comments. What comments, Lee? David Miller, my concern is my fellow Americans, preppers, you have to stress there are people out there that are very bad. Oh, yeah, there are. Oh, yeah, heck yeah. They're very bad people. Bad people come in all shapes, forms, and colors, and good people come in all shapes, forms, and colors. So don't let that deceive you. And there are good and bad people on both the left and the right. I side with freedom. I side with keeping our freedom, people. Keep them alive. Chicken feed. Oh, yeah, Don. Absolutely. A lot of crazy stuff going on. And of course, there's that eggplant. Third largest egg. Here we are having egg shortages. Egg prices are up. There's chicken feed, apparently, that is inhibiting chickens from laying eggs. and then the third largest place burns. Oh, but nothing going on. Oh, no, 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 nothing going on. Nothing to see here. No, 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 no. Oh, yeah. Get ready. Grow your own food. Grow your own food. I've told you that a zillion times. I've been telling you that since I started this channel. That's the first thing I've probably ever told you on this channel. Grow your own food. Yeah. Get you some heirloom seeds. Go to my links. You see on a lot of my videos. I probably won't post any videos, links on this video, but especially the videos I upload, they got links on them. Check out True Leaf Market, and I got a couple other seed markets in there too now. Check them out. Get you some heirloom seeds. Watch my videos about tools like hose and things like that, so you don't get ones that's going to snap on you the first time you use it. Watch my videos about how to prepare your garden beds. Most gardening channels don't talk about that. That's the most important thing to know. Planting seeds is easy. You need to know how to get those beds ready, so you'll have success when you grow stuff. Watch those videos, and watch my videos about worms. If you want to be able to survive, we don't have to go to the store, then you need worms. Go to greengregs.com. Now, I may slow down or stop selling soon. I've got some issues. So feed from what I hear. Yeah. Apparently there seems to be some confirmation on that. And I've been watching Doug and Stacy's channel, and I think they're putting out good data. Guys, we're going to go Four Corners, everybody. We're going to get our Sandal Stewards had a good video on chicken feed tonight. Okay. Very good. Let's see. Laura Johns, Green Greg, my husband and I make $60K a year here in Oregon. Well, you're poor at that if you're in Oregon. Our friend has offered $120 a year to farm in Gainesville, Florida. Wow. It depends on what goes down, you know. So you're up in what part of Oregon? You didn't say where in Oregon. I would not want to be near Portland or any big city. Even Eugene is very big. Portland is huge. And, you know, Doug and Stacy are good info. Yeah, I love Doug and Stacy's channel. I'm giving them a shout out. If you go on their channel, tell them Green Grace gave them a shout out. So, hey, I like the Green Dream Project. You know, the guys that built their little sandbag home in southern Arizona. Guys, grow your own food. Buy local. Buy from your local farmers. Ask them what they got. You know, that's how you're going to get grass-fed beef. That's how you're going to know you're getting something that's not fed graze-on. We don't want that. We're in Elkton, Oregon, an hour south of Eugene. Now, there's places on the West Coast that is probably very good to survive in if there's a nuclear event. If you're above a certain level. So one thing that I worry about is if there should be a detonation of a tsunami generating torpedo or a asteroid hitting the ocean, you could get tsunamis, and anything that's low in altitude is subject to a tsunami. Even in Florida, you could be subject to some of the islands in the Caribbean, or maybe the Virgin Islands more likely, exploding and creating a tsunami. Because Florida just don't have any altitude. I would worry about tsunamis in Florida. I'd prefer to be somewhere, red in California, okay. I'd prefer to be somewhere at least 500 feet above sea level and nowhere near a city or downwind from a nuclear plant or a military base. So fonder for chickens, basically. Yeah, there you go. Fodder, you mean? Yeah, I grow microgreens. Steve Hall, don't be a cheapskate when dealing with local food producers. We ain't Walmart. There you go, Steve. That's true. It costs money to grow food when it's not industrial. I mean, you know, that cheap food you're buying is just that. It's cheap. You get what you pay for. It's industrially grown. It's not very nutritive. That stuff's designed to sit on the store shelf forever. You get a carrot from a local grower, it's going to be sweet and tender. You get that thing in the grocery store, it's like wood, and it's made like wood and tastes like cardboard relative to what the local farmers got and don't have near the nutrition. So guys, that's what you need to bear in mind. You're getting a lot better product from your local growers. You get more nutrition, especially if they use rock dust. You might actually be getting the magnesium and minerals you really need, which are depleted from the soil and all the other food you're eating. It's causes you heart problems and all kind of other things. So support your local farmers, support your local artisans, support your local carpenters, plumbers, electricians. Don't go to the big houses, the big boys. Don't call it the big local things. Go for the individuals. Mom and pop shops as much as you can, as much as is possible. I mean, sometimes you got to do the other stuff. How far are you from the Cascadia subduction zone? That's a good thing. But if you're not enough altitude, you'll be up. I'll get Dougal's main phone number. Okay. All right, guys. With that, I think we can go. I don't think I've really got anything else to say tonight. There's videos about plastics and the food. Oh, yeah. Our food is highly contaminated. Everything, even our rainwater, guys. It's sad what we're living through right now. All right, guys. I do think it's time to go. Elkton, where? What is it? Elkton close to me. Who said Elkton? Elkton is a lovely area, says the Sasquatch. There's an Elkton real close to me here. Sasquatch, are you local? One thing, I got to get up my microbreach trailer tonight. I've got to do that. I ain't done my chores. It's nearly 2 a.m. in the morning here. I'm not done with my chores. Oh, Elkton, Oregon. Okay. Spookiest place I ever went to in Oregon was Wolf Creek. Late at night, campground there. Ooh, we was tired, but we turned around and left. We got to take out of there. That place gave me the heebie-jeebies. That's another story. I'll tell y'all later. Tut, tut. Hey, Scratch, how you doing? Oh, I'm going flying. You still going to North Korea? Lee, you getting to North Korea? How you going to get over there? All right, guys. Thank y'all all. Hey, thanks, mods. Thanks, viewers. Thank y'all for being here. I got to go. I got too many irons in the fire. I got things to do. It's late, and I got to get up early in the morning and do my day job. I got to work on some avionics hazards for some boards for some space probes that JPL's doing. Wolf Creek is a different kind of place. Yeah. Oh, you got a strange vibe there too. Whew. You drive into town late at night, and it's something like what's that? Every light was on, every door was open, every window was open. I didn't see a soul. We're talking 1983. It was weird. Talk about it later. That's a long story. I need to go to bed, but I got to go do micro readings first, and somebody's wanting to call me. When have I ever crashed? Oh, but if you fly and you're talking, you must be doing pretty good. All right, guys. Thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for watching. Give me some thumbs up on the way out. We got more people in the room. We got thumbs up. And watch all my videos, share my videos, go in and leave comments to them, and like other people's comments. So let's get the chat going and get my channel boosted. Anyway.